All right, let's talk a little Austin Reeves. We were saying how he obviously had some tired legs, and I think he was a little disappointed in his first 3 quarters. And he came out absolutely on fire. And Fish talked about Danny, how he saw one go down, and that's all he needed. He had 4 threes in the fourth. He had 15 of his 26 points in the fourth. He also had 8 rebounds and 5 assists.
Yeah, and before that point, we were talking about how bad or how much of a struggle it was for him throughout the game. Not only because he wasn't scoring a bunch, but the turnovers, uncharacteristic type of plays that he was having, and he just looked very frustrated. But as a shooter, as a scorer, all it takes is one. And so when he saw the one go down, he started feeling a little rhythm, shooter to kind of feel in rhythm. And he got there, and he got there in a hurry.
Yeah, he played through it. He played through it. I mean, the Brooklyn Nets had the Lakers occupied a lot in the first half defensively, and Austin was kind of occupied with trying to keep people off the boards and struggling with the defense. But once he saw one go through, and that's all a good shooter, I mean, needs to see is one go through. I wasn't a great shooter, but whenever I got a layup or something, it felt good. But he, and had four threes in the fourth quarter.
James, what about Jackson Hayes, who played that entire fourth quarter, and he was coming off his first double-double in about a year, and great energy. And D.A. was awesome, too, with the 3 blocks defensively. But when you look at Jackson's line, 10 points, 8 rebounds, 5 blocks, and just great energy.
He is very active. He comes from a distance, to block shots. He alters them, but then he'll come from the weak side. And also, when he comes from the weak side, the rotation seems to be pretty good. Man, sliding down in front of his man. So he's very active. He's acrobatic. He's in a dunking contest. So, yeah, he's airborne. He wants to go up and slap him out of the air. How many blocks tonight? You said 5?
Yeah, I was going to say
D.A. had 3, so 8 blocks between the bigs.
I mean, before you mentioned the 5 blocks, I was going to say he had a couple key possessions where he got stops himself, and not just the blocks but rebounds, but mostly the blocks coming out of nowhere and contesting shots. So he did what he was supposed to do, and also they were struggling free throw line. He didn't shoot great percentage, but he made some free throws down the stretch, some where he kind of started or get the lid off the basket when they were shooting free throws. So he did really well. He had the great energy, the proper approach, still running the floor, doing the little things, and kind of not allowed his team to get into a funk.
Yeah, all right, let's get to the highlights so you can see it.
Bring it.
Lakers. Rip, you guys know how that works. In this case, getting back down here, so JJ made it very clear to us, look, Duke is playing right now. It is late in the second half, so he wanted to try and get through this presser as quickly as possible. So I tried to comply and ask my questions very quickly, but of course we did need to start with Marcus Smart, just checking in to see how that ankle is doing, and then also just figuring out what that's going to look like today. The Lakers coming off of the long road trip, a very successful one, albeit at 5-1, and how they can carry that momentum into tonight's game against Brooklyn. So here's JJ.